Hey everybody, so we are going to be talking about the distributive property today. It's going to end up going onto page 6. Alright, so the distributive property, and you guys might have seen this in your previous years. Okay, but what it states, and if I can zoom in, maybe not. Okay. So the distributive property states that we must distribute whatever number or variable is directly outside the parentheses to every single term inside the parentheses by multiplying. Pretty much, it's a special form of multiplication. And I do want you to highlight some keywords in here. Okay, so we are going to distribute the number or variable directly outside the parentheses to every term in by multiplying. So it's every term inside the parentheses, essentially. I pretty much want you to think, oops, never mind. Okay, so what's going to end up happening is you're going to share the love. So here is an example that we're going to work through. So say you've got the problem 2 parentheses negative 5x. I know this one you're just like, well, it's multiplication. Well, yeah, but what's happening is that you're going to distribute right here this number that's on the outside. So you're going to make it rain on this one. So 2 times negative 5x gives you an expression of negative 10x. So let's try another one now. Say we've got now something with 2 terms on the inside. So 3 times x minus 5. The number that is on the outside is that 3, and that's what you're going to be distributing. You're going to be distributing the 3. So what that means is you're going to multiply the 3 times the x, which is going to get you 3x. But you're also going to take the 3 and multiply it by that 5, that negative 5. And 3 times negative 5 is going to give you negative 15. You'll recall from yesterday, these two are not like terms. This one has your variable, this one does not, which means this would be your final answer. You're done. That's how easy distribution can be. And remember, I want you to share the love with all of this. So what's really happening is, think about it this way. Is I want you to think that if I'm outside walking Jax or Ash, and I can't say it too loud because, they'll wake up thinking, oh my God, we're going to go on a WALK. Thank you for those of you that caught that. You're a dog owner. Right? So think if I'm walking Jax or I'm walking Ash and it starts raining because, it's Texas. Now, does the dog get wet? Do I get wet? Or both? Well, if it's raining, it's going to rain on both of us. If we weren't expecting it, we're both going to get soaked. So in this situation, I want you to remember it's going to rain on the x right here. The 3 is going to rain on the x, and it's going to rain on that 5. So let's try another one here. Okay, this one, It's a little bit different. I'm going to keep it black just so you guys can see it. And I'm going to do this one. And this one you're like, what are you talking about? There's nothing here. Well, there is. You're going to be distributing a negative number. And remember how we say we don't say, I have 1 scissors? Well, it's remembering that, yeah, it is 1 pair. But remembering that there's this number right here and it's a -1. So you're distributing a -1 out here. So this entire number is going to get multiplied out. So -1 times -x. A negative times a negative, you're going to get a positive x. -1 times a positive 5, you're going to get a -5. And that would be your expression. If you are one of those people and you're like, Ms. Samji, I struggle with keeping my multiplication of the positives and the negatives. I keep mixing them up. I'm going to show you this trick right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to cover them up whenever you're doing it. So you draw this triangle. Remember, this is only for multiplication and division. And I'll write it in not my invisible ink soon. This was a negative times a negative. So if I cross this out with my finger, because I can't show you that on here. Ta-da! Or I could do with a negative times a positive. And the only thing that I have left when I do that is my negative. So you can use that trick whenever you want to, but again, remember, this is only for multiplication and division only. So if you need it, use it. It's okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and step it up a notch again. And we're going to do this one now. So in this one, we are going to be distributing, and we're going to be distributing the number that is directly right next to the parentheses, and that number is this 4. So you're going to distribute the 4, and it's going to go to everything inside the parentheses. So you've got everything inside that it's going to get distributed to. This 5 right here, sorry, you're not even in the club, so you ain't getting in. So now we're going to do 4 times x, which gets you 4x. Then you get 4 times -1, which is going to be a -4. And you didn't distribute to the +5, so you just bring it down. Now, I would not leave this as my answer, of course, because we do have to combine like terms. It's kind of like saying I have $1 plus $3 plus $7. Instead of just saying I have $11. So don't sound like that fool. Don't be that person. So we're going to do our box and circle if you need it. We've got 4x now, and -4 plus 5 is just going to be -1. Now you can use this to even find the perimeter of shapes that don't have numbers. I know, it's crazy, but we're going to do it together. So here's our example, and I'm only going to give you one. And we are going to draw this awkward little shape, which is a trapezoid. Right? And I do want you to draw the shape out on your notes as well. That's 1 plus 5x minus 4. And we're going to do for this. So when you're adding in perimeter, if we're being told to find the perimeter, well, you know that perimeter is found when you add up the lengths of each of these sides. Well, the lengths of each of these sides are something different. So what we're going to do, and it's also practicing or combining like terms that we had to do. We would end up adding each of these sides, correct? Well, I'm going to do them in different colors, just so it keeps me kind of organized. So I've got x plus 4. And I'm going to add that to this one right here, which is 3 times x plus 5. You're going to add that to this one, which is 1 plus 5 minus 4. And then lastly, we're going to do this one, and I'm going to put it in our Haltom orange. It's 3 minus 2 times x plus 1. All right, this looks like a lot, but honestly, if you just do it color by color, which is why I'm using it, you'll be set. X plus 4 is already simplified, so I'm just going to put that down. Now, 3x plus 5, you're going to have to distribute that 3. And it's going to become 3x plus 15. Make sure that it's raining on both me and Jax, because that's just what's going to end up happening. And keep adding. All right, in this case, you only have a 1 that's being distributed to the 5x and the negative 4, which means, well, it's just a 1. So you've got 5x minus 4. And don't forget about this plus 1 that was just hanging out on its own. We'll bring that 3 down, and then this one, we're distributing a negative 2 to our x in our 1. So we're going to do negative 2 times x, which is negative 2x, and a negative 2 times our 1, which is negative 2. And now comes the big part. Now that all of these are expanded out and you don't need to distribute anymore, you can box and circle. So I'm going to box anything that has a variable of x. I'm going to take the sign with it when possible. So I've got x plus 3x plus 5x minus 2x. And that's going to get us, remember, this is just a 1 right here in front of it. So 1 plus 3 plus 5. So that's 4 plus 5, which is 9, minus 2 is going to give you a 7x. Now let's do the other one. I'm going to do this one in a gold, just so it's something a little bit different. I'm going to circle all of these with the signs with. Nothing should be left uncircled or unboxed if you're doing this. All right, so this one is going to be plus 4, plus 15, plus 1, minus 4. All right, so now we have to add up all of these. Now I've gone ahead and done part of it, and this is going to be plus 4 plus 15 is 19, plus 1 is 20, minus 4 gets you 16, plus 3, 19, minus 2, you're going to get 17, and it's a positive. And hey, guess what? Your perimeter for this is going to be 7x plus 17. That's it. Thanks for watching.